The best and the most value for money modification I've done to my Himalayan 411 so far. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So after test riding the Himalayan 450 and getting disappointed by it, I decided to stick with my Himalayan 411 and modify it a little further. By now, I've already installed the BMC air filter, the PowerAge exhaust, NGK Iridium spark plugs, the Fuel X Pro and the TEC camshaft, and I've ridden almost 10 to 15,000 kilometers with it. And I had made up my mind that from here on, whatever I spend to increase the performance of the bike will give me diminishing returns for the amount of money I spend, so I was very cautious on what I spend next. By this time, I was already back home from my trip to Run and Rajasthan. In case you have not checked that video out, go check in the link in the I button above. I suffered 2 punches on the trip while I was all alone and suffered a great deal in fixing it. So the next option I was looking forward to was converting my existing Himalayan rims to tubeless. I consulted Bhushan from TopGear Thumpers on what to do next. He told me that the existing steel rims cannot be converted to tubeless and it will fail. So he advised me to get the aluminium rims of the new Himalayan 450 and convert it to tubeless. So I placed orders for the aluminium rims of the Himalayan 450 from Royal Enfield itself through Bhushan. After I got that rim, Bhushan converted the rear one to tubeless with way-to-speed solution and put a KTM profile rear tire, Rise Tourer rear tire on the new tubeless rim. There wasn't any 21-inch tubeless tire option available at that time, so the front tire had a tube on, but the rim was aluminium. Although my main purpose of getting the aluminium rims was for tubeless conversion so that I can tour long distances with a peace of mind, I wasn't looking forward to any performance increase. I knew that the aluminium rims were considerably lighter than the steel rims, but I wasn't expecting any significant improvement in performance just with the aluminium rims. But the moment I took my bike out of the garage for a spin, my mind was blown. The aluminium rims on the 411 makes hell of a difference in handling on the 411. The bike felt so flickable, so light, it almost felt like an X-Pulse. The initial pickup also improved, the throttle response also improved owing to the reduction in the unsprung mass in the rear. The bike felt so different in handling that I had to unlearn 3 years of muscle memory riding Nino my Himalayan and then learning how to maneuver my bike now by riding slow and steadily for 1,000 kilometers at least. The bike is so damn fun to ride now. It is so easy to maneuver, to flick in city traffic and to ride on gravel roads. On the highways at higher speeds, it is still stable owing to the gyroscopic effect of the 21-inch front wheel, but as and when you want to change lanes or flick through the traffic, it is very easy to maneuver, change lanes and overtake as and when you need. Now coming to your concerns with the tubeless conversion, so far I have not noticed any issues with the tubeless conversion. I installed a TPMS on both my front and rear tire to continuously monitor the tire pressure, and I did 2 highway trips with that. I even did so many sessions of dirt track practice where I did hard jumps, hit many bumps and all that stuff. But still over a period of month or 2, you maximum lose 1 or 2 psi of tire pressure from the rear and the front tire. Now coming to my usual question, is it a value for money product? Absolutely yes. Every Himalayan 411 owner who is considering keeping their Himalayan for another 2-3 years must get the aluminium rims on the new Himalayan 450 is what I believe. Even if you don't add any other performance mod like the aftermarket air filter or the aftermarket exhaust or the NGK Iridium spark plugs or the Fuel X Pro or anything like that, even if you're not planning to install any performance mod, the first mod that I would suggest to go for is the aluminium rims. Even if you don't get it converted to tubeless, even if you want to ride with tube tires, these aluminium rims make a hell lot of a difference, night and day difference between the handling and the initial pickup of the bike. The bike feels much lighter, much flickable, and it's a joy to ride. Even the initial pickup is much improved compared to the stock steel rims. Now coming to the cost aspect of it, a pair of aluminium rims, both the front and the rear from the Himalayan 450 costs around 10,000 rupees. Tubeless conversion will cost around 12,000 rupees for the front and the rear, and the rear tire, I put a Rise Tourer tire, tubeless one from the KTM profile, that would cost around 3,500, and the front tire I put the Seat stock Himalayan 450 tire which is tubeless. That cost me around 6,500 rupees. So in total, the aluminium rims plus the tubeless conversion plus the rear and front tire cost me around 42,000 rupees, including the labor charges. Now I know this is expensive, so even if you don't get the tubeless conversion, just get the aluminium rims. That itself will cost around 20,000 rupees. If you convert it to tubeless, well and good, especially if you are into touring, because with the tubeless conversion, along with the improvement in handling, you will have no fear to venture out further and tour long distances without having the fear of a puncher getting in your way and being stranded in the middle of nowhere. So in conclusion, aluminum rims is by far the best modification I've done to my Himalayan 411. It is the best value for money product because it made a night and day difference by just swapping out the rims from the stock to the aluminum. I would 100% recommend it to any Himalayan 411 owner who is planning to keep their bike for the next 2 to 3 years. You will have a newfound love to your Himalayan 411 and you will thoroughly enjoy it. You will be surprised how capable your Himalayan 411 is with those aluminum rims. Now, it is not a direct swap. It requires some kind of mechanical expertise to install the spokes and the hub and everything. So I will leave the link in the description below. You can contact Bhushan from TopGear Thumpers in Bangalore. If you are in and around Bangalore, you can contact Bhushan from TopGear Thumpers. He will be happy to help you out. And in case if you are in any other part of the country, I'm sure you will get a mechanic to install properly the spokes and the hubs to the new aluminum 450 rims before getting it installed on your bike. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys found some value in it. If you have already installed aluminum rims on your Himalayan, please share your opinion in the comment section below. I would love to go through it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.